This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP Network.
This is episode 694 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast for December 23rd, 2025. Hey everyone, and welcome to a special episode of the podcast. I am your host Lee, and over the next 2 episodes, I will be joined by many members of the UUOP Network podcast family. So, why am I inviting those guests on? Well, Universal's brand new theme park, Epic Universe, has been officially open for 7 months now, and many people have visited, and we have seen very mixed reviews. So I have invited the hosts of each of our network podcasts who have visited Epic Universe to join me in discussing their Epic Universe good, bad, and uglies. So I am set up at home. I have invited everyone around to my house in groups because this house is not big enough for everyone. So I'm just waiting for my first guest to turn up. Awesome. Here comes my first guest. Oh, it's my UUOP co-host, Chris. Hey, how's it hanging, buddy?
What's up, dude?
Come on in, sir. Come on in.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah. Where should I put these drinks?
Just put them in the kitchen. It's fine. I mean, I don't know how long you're going to be. You might not get to drink them, but whatever. I'll do something.
Don't worry. I pounded some in the car on the way over here.
Oh, awesome. I assume you Ubered, did you?
You're correct.
That's okay then, because I don't think drinks and driving a car on the wrong side of the road, on the wrong side of the car for you would be a good look.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm not in Wisconsin right now, so that's not very.
No.
Not very.
Right, Christopher, sit down. Full names. So, I'm going to ask this question the same as everyone, just to kind of get an idea of your experience at Epic Universe. How many times have you been so far?
I think with the last trip that we did together, that was 4.
Okay.
4 trips. Yeah.
And you've run the gamut of kind of previews, and then obviously the day we went was like full on busy.
Yeah, like exactly like you said, right? We did pass holder previews, then we did right after the park opened, and then we did a little bit later on once they've kind of ironed out some of the things that they were having issues with. And so, yeah, it's evolved a little bit over the course of under a year.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've been watching a lot of Epic walkthrough videos so far just because I'm bored on my own. Tracy isn't here and I'm missing Epic Universe. I forgot how quiet it was that opening day. It was crazy. I know you weren't there, and I'm not trying to rub it in, but
no invite.
I think we've talked about it before about how difficult it is to be in the moment inside a theme park. And I watch those videos now and think I really didn't do that park justice when I could have literally walked on everything.
Yeah, I mean that feeling that you got, I can somewhat equate to the memory and feeling that I had when Islands first opened.
Yes.
And this was before like theme parks was a business in the sense of vlogs and social media, all that stuff. It's just, people went to the theme parks, but not the way we do now obsessively. And I've talked about it before on the show, that Dodge pass holder, or that Dodge preview that they did. It was that. The park was empty. You can walk on everything and you can eat everything. And at the time, I'm just like, oh, this is cool. And now I think back, I'm like, God, that was such a cool experience.
Especially now considering how much you are into Universal theme parks as well.
Yes. Yeah. And I won't go back into like all the years of Horror Nights that I didn't even try to do all the houses. It was more to hang out with friends and go experience some horror. And now it just boggles my mind. But, 20 years later, you learn something.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Right. So, Chris, give me your good of Epic Universe.
All right, so I was trying to come up with what I want to go with good, because there's a lot of good at Epic Universe.
Yes.
And if there wasn't, I wouldn't be going as many times as I have and will be in the future. So I wanted to come up with something that wasn't just like the rides, right? We all know they have some badass rides that we love. And, there's the most obvious things that are there. But one thing that the good that sticks out to me in the lenses of a theme park is, and the best way I can say it is, hangout spots.
Okay.
Right. So when I look at Universal, when I look at islands, even Disney, right? Magic Kingdom, those kind of places, right? It's a theme park, and your objective is to go to this ride, go to that ride, and it feels, somewhat funneled, especially islands and Universal, where the first time we went to Epic, it was so grand and open. Like it didn't feel like a theme park, and it was, signs are like not right in your face as well. So it almost feels like a paid for third space, which is the exact opposite of what third space is. But it really felt like just this casual place you went to, like a park, especially, the hub.
And I think that's the thing. Yeah, to play devil's advocate, I think what you're talking about specifically is Celestial Park.
Celestial Park, yes. But look, how grand is Celestial Park?
Oh, amazing.
It's amazing. There was so many cool spots that we just hung out. And let me tell you this, just end of night by the water. Come on. The closing off your night there after a full day of park time, just hanging out, chilling. It's honestly the best closer. Can they use a little bit better show? Sure. But even without that, I still had all the feels and vibes watching the show and just hanging out.
Even if there wasn't a show, just finishing your night sat there with your friends would be amazing. It's such a spectacular, I can't even say hub because it's not in the middle, but it just kind of anchors the whole park for me. Yeah,
totally agree. So yeah, my good that I want to call out is just this space for just soaking it in and just having like a conversation like we're having right now inside of a theme park without feeling like you're in a theme park.
Yeah, and that was what they wanted with the Celestial Park. I think the worlds are different for definite, but Celestial Park, like even City Walk, I don't think has the same feel, even though it's kind of the same thing.
No, it doesn't, because and it may be one of two things. One, like anytime you're at City Walk, it kind of always feels busy, right? It's almost like a I don't want to say like a New York City, but it's always busy. Even when it's not crowded, there's things going on. It's a very different vibe when you're just sitting on a bench in Celestial, because you're far enough from the portals, so people are focusing on the portals. Maybe I'll have a couple people crossing by, but it's just very, very relaxed and chilled, and I really like that.
Of course you do, because you've got Celestiki, you've got the Plastered Owl. Like there's so many and I'm not even everything. A big drinker, and Tracy and I had the best time just hanging out in the Plastered Owl for an hour when we were there last time. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Interesting. Right. Let's go on to the negatives. The bad, Christopher. And there's plenty to pick from, let's be honest.
There is a lot to pick from. I'm going to pick on one of the things I talk to people about the bad, and that's going to be cost.
Interesting.
Yeah. The cost is, it's an issue for me. We've seen the cost of tickets to get in there. They are charging a premium. I know they're trying to get their money back, but almost $200 for a day is it's a lot, right? Is. But that aside, I know I don't want to do any comparisons to Disney because I know they already crossed over that $200 threshold for specific days in 26. But the costs have significantly gone up in all facets of things, and I think they used that as a test bed to start doing that in City Walk and the other parks, because I've seen certain areas, right? So, and I'll give you an example. Let's go to a drink, right? I'll use a drink because that's a pretty simple example there.
Yeah. On
average, getting a drink over there with tip, like $1 or $2, right? You're at $20. That's a lot for a cocktail, for a drink.
Yeah.
And it used to be, and we'd see it like the Dead Coconut Club and, the Red and Green Coconut Club, right? Like I'm using that as an example, and that's where I think it's leaked over into. A couple of years back, those were closer to about $15 around there. And I could be off by a little bit, but now you've seen the prices there creep up to that $20 threshold where they're like, that's the threshold that they're using for a cocktail. And that's just cocktails. We can go over to food. I don't have a menu in front of me, but I just see like these increases in many different areas. And I'll give it to Epic because they do have a more elevated, in certain areas, they have a more elevated food offering and presentation, all that stuff. So you're going to pay a premium. And I know you're in a theme park, but I don't know, man. I just, I see little things. It's kind of like death by 1,000 cuts when you're going through a theme park.
It's a really interesting point, actually, that you've brought up, that Epic is expensive from start to finish, from buying your tickets, from being in there. There are things that are a good value. Honestly, I think that DK float's really good value. I think the mac and cheese cones are fantastic value.
Yeah.
But the rest of it is elevated. I mean, we don't even want to talk about Bar Helios at this point, because wow.
I love Bar Helios, right? And the drinks are great and the food and all that, but coming from somebody who did Strong Water, I'm their representative at this point. I think they gave me some stock over there for how much I've spent. But Alexa and I used to be able to go over there and go a little lavishly, get a few cocktails, grab a bunch of different small plates, and be within a reasonable amount of what it would be at a theme park. Yeah, Bar Helios, I would love to go every single time I go visit. I can't afford to go every single time that I visit. It's very expensive. But the food and drinks, top notch. The views, top notch. But again, I'm somebody where I know theme parks. I know all these things are luxuries, right? And I know they're like a thing that, you don't just go to all the time. I think maybe we got accustomed to that. But then there's like the opposite sides of that spectrum where it's like you're just pricing out a ton of people.
Yeah.
And as somebody who's been around, and I'm talking for all the pass holders, all the people who have been going for years, right? It's like, it kind of feels like a little slap to the face. We want to support you. We're here. We're rooting for you. Also, don't try to squeeze every dime out of us too.
I don't know whether I told you that when we went up to Bar Helios with John and Becky Tyler and Grace and Bree, I didn't drink because it was late and I was tired. So I just had a glass of water. Tracy had a Sprite. Mm-hmm. How much do you think that Sprite cost, Tracy, Chris?
I'm going to say $6.
It was $13.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Did you confirm that they charge you for just a Sprite?
Yes.
No way.
Because John was drinking Old Fashions. I don't know what Becky had, and we were all trying to get the bill up enough to be able to because Grace and Bree had driven over, so they needed to validate their parking. It was a minimum spend of $50. So we were putting everything on the same tab.
Honey, that's like 2 cocktails.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I think they all started like $20 over there. The other thing too that just drives me insane is mocktails, where they charge like $15 for a mocktail, and it's like, hey, it's just some juices you're putting together.
Yeah, they're good though. I had the one in
Goddamn,
Dragon.
13.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, let me know how much it is, Becky, and I'll give you the money back for it. And she's like, it was 13. I was like, what? For a Sprite? Holy.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, it's a good job I wasn't drinking. Look, I nearly fell over spending $85 in the Plastered Owl, to be fair. And you know me, I don't like spending money, but whoa.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, man. It's on my mind when I go there more so than just when we would take a trip to Universal or Islands, right? I know I'm going to pay more than I would at any place here at home, but there should be limits to that.
Yeah. But you're right in saying that they've upped those prices in Epic, and then they're using that to be able to go, well, we can up them at the old resort as well, because if you don't, people go to Epic and see what those prices are, and then they go to City Walk and Islands and Studios and go, how come it's so much cheaper here?
It's 100%. Yeah. And literally, so the one that blew me away was, I think it was last year at one of the themed Coconut Club restaurants. Yeah, I didn't want to get any kind of specialty cocktail. I just wanted like a whiskey with ginger ale, right? And I just got a Makers and ginger ale. And Makers is not a bottom of the barrel, but it's just like a standard, $25 bottle. When I got that with ginger ale, it was $19.
Wow.
You understand I paid for a full bottle with that one drink. Like that's a bit much.
So you think about how much profit they're making off a bottle of that stuff.
1,000%. And what also irks me, and I know I'm talking about just the drinks, it makes me sound like an alcoholic right now.
You are, well, you know that.
I just, we
love you for it.
Drink responsibly.
You do.
Yeah. That's the other thing that irks the hell out of me, is that you get discounts on food, but not drinks where they have the highest profit margin.
Yeah. Yeah.
You would think it's the other way around.
It's like, it was even funny during the media event when we went into the Atlantic and Tracy got the Spice Route Old Fashioned, and like everything in the park was free. So she gets the Spice Route Old Fashioned, and the guy stood there waiting. I'm like, yes, can I help you? And he's like, that'll be $20. And I'm like, what? Yeah, alcohol's not free. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I assure you that the food costs are higher than the alcohol cost.
But you're right. That's an interesting one that, I think I've said this before. I am as tight as a duck's bottom at home, will not spend money, but put me in a Universal theme park and I couldn't give a crap. It's like $6 for a tiny little cookie? Hell yeah. Yet at home, $6 for I could buy 3 packets for that. Yeah. I'm completely desensitized to it to a certain extent.
There has to be a term for it. It's like the theme park, like no price tag. Oh, just get me that. Here's the credit card, no receipt.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, back home, it's like, how much for $1? No, I'm not doing that.
But that's how you afford those trips. That's how you afford those Atlantic and Blue Dragon meals, is by not spending all that money at home.
Yes. More, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
More.
And finally, you're ugly, Chris.
All right. So the ugly is an actual ugly.
Oh.
Yeah. So the theme park itself, Epic, I think has a lot of beautiful aspects to it. One of my favorite things there are the benches. And we talked about that when we went through the park. I mean, my God, theme benches throughout the entire theme park. I thought that was really cool.
You can really tell that we're proper theme park nerds when we're nerding out over the benches.
You know what? It's a mixture of like theme park nerd and like architecture nerd. I just appreciate good design now. Like I see something like that's really well designed. So like it has that, obviously, like the rides, the way things are constructed. I mean, it's a beautiful park.
Yes, it is.
But one of the things, like the ugly, I would say, and more from a physical aspect, is it at times, especially in Celestial, it feels like a concrete jungle.
Interesting.
Right? And this is something that can change it. And this was discussed when it first opened up, where it's like, oh, it's too hot, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, you have to have the greenery grow that provides shades. It helps block some of the heat going to the concrete, but even the heat aside, it does need a little bit more color inside there. And I think and they have some fantastic trees and plants. I know they have a whole program for that in specific areas, but Celestial Park in particular kind of feels a little bleak, at least in my memory of like, hey, we could use something here, right? Either a tree, a shrub, something to give it more of a relaxed, homey vibe. I know these are probably not the things you wanted to hear with these questions. These are the things that I think of when going to the park.
That's entirely up, but that is something I wouldn't necessarily agree with it. I think Celestial Park is beautiful. And again, I've been watching quite a lot of walkthrough videos recently to see how it is. And it's even more beautiful watching those YouTube videos than I feel that it is in my memory. But that's entirely on you, Chris.
Yeah, you know what? I got to go back and watch some videos as well, because I just have very specific memories, and it's not all of Celestial, but it's certain parts that just, again, it's just a lot of concrete, and that's where I feel like they can break up the monotony of that with something else. But I've been wrong once or twice in my life, but I'm sticking to that for now.
At the end of the day, when it comes to a podcast, your opinion is everything, and if that's your opinion, Chris, then that's yours, and who am I to tell you it's wrong?
Yeah, thanks for that motivation, buddy.
Everyone, look, how long have you been on this podcast with me? My opinion is my opinion, and if people don't like it, I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
I couldn't care less. Well, Chris, thank you so much for joining me in my humble abode, but I am sorry, sir, I am going to have to kick you out because I have a lot of people coming today.
All right, let me just put this drink down.
I mean, you can take it with you. I'm sure we've got to-go cups. If you go in the cupboard, actually, there's a Surfside Inn and a Dockside Inn. One of those plastic cups. Here? Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Okay. I've got another one. Take the Surfside one because I've got 2 of them.
Ooh, I like that. Oh, is this Tracy's Bubba Tub?
Yeah, don't take that. She'll kill you.
Okay. So I'm not going to take it, Trace. I promise. All right. I got my cup ready to go.
Awesome.
It's been fun, man.
Okay, cool.
Take it easy.
See you later, dude. Bye.
Bye.
Right, who's next? Oh, it's the Portkey Passports, Jack Tiani and Trisha. Hey guys, come on in. Hey. Right, so obviously we need to get a good idea of how much you've experienced Epic Universe so far. So I'm going to ask you all in. we'll go in alphabetical order. So Jack, Tiani, Trisha, how many times have you visited Epic Universe so far?
I have visited twice, once in May for the pass holder preview, and then once again in June after it officially opened.
Nice.
And then for me, I went late August, like during the Halloween season, and I went twice.
Okay.
And I was there in July for one day, and a lot of the attractions were down.
That's the worst Google review ever. It's like 1 star. I was there for 1 day in June and all the rides were down. Hilarious. Right, Jack, give me your good, sir.
My good, I would have to say, I know it's expensive. I know people are mad about having to buy one, but I really do like the power-up bands. I enjoy doing all the extra games and just going around hitting the blocks and having something other to do than wait in line for a ride. I really like that aspect.
Yeah, it definitely increases the immersion in that land for definite. And I don't want to be that person, but yeah, we didn't pay for ours. Sorry, guys.
My husband got the power band. I let him play around because I didn't need it, but it was cool. I still got to participate. Like, you can still participate without the power band, so that was cool.
It's just, I know it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Because there's things in that land that you can't participate in if you don't have a power-up band, which I find strange.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do Bowser Jr.'s challenge if you don't have a power-up band and do all those other challenges.
Right.
So to do everything in that land, you have to buy a power-up band.
Well, that's how they make the money.
Well,
yeah,
exactly.
And also, they're getting people like me because the game's on the app and you're collecting stamps and stars.
Yeah.
And I'm not even I'm maybe like a third of what you can get. And I'm just like, okay, I'm ready to go back and get everything.
It's cool. I love that. You look at what they did with Minion Blast and the stuff around Minions Land through the app as well. And it's like just allowing people to interact with the land more. It's awesome. And I want to see more of it as we go on.
Same.
You're bad, sir.
Oh, my bad. Well, as someone who has had 3 hip surgeries, the stairs kill me. I can't deal with the stairs. Why are there so many stairs?
Yeah, we've had the same issue with Tracy, and it's like the up and down, and then the elevators are here. Like, to find it, I don't get it.
Yeah, I think what was it? Monsters Unchained was one of the worst ones because you have to go up those big stairs. And then also Ministry of Magic was pretty bad. I think we went up a couple stairs for that too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ministry about took me out. I'm like, why are we going up and down? Why can't it just be a straight queue? I don't understand.
I actually think Mario Kart's the worst. There's more stairs in that bloody thing than any, because you have to walk up the stairs to the big Bowser statue, and then you're up and down, and then you walk down about 3 flights of stairs to actually board the ride itself. There is a lot.
Yeah, I hope you never trip and fall down those Mario Kart stairs, because that is a long way down. It
really is. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? In an age of everything having to be guest accessible, it's strange how it doesn't, Super Nintendo World very specifically, doesn't feel guest accessible. Because those elevators are tiny as well.
They are. You can only fit like one ECV.
Yeah, and a couple of people. Crazy. And moving on finally to your ugly, Jack.
My ugly, oh gosh. It is, I'll point out a specific situation. The first time we went, we got immediately in line for Donkey Kong. And we were in there for 3 hours because it kept going up and down. And then they finally announced, hey, it's going to be down for the rest of the day. So that was 3 hours of my day wasted. So the rides going down would be my ugly. And it's constant.
It is. I had a friend there the other day that they didn't get to do either of the 2 shows because they were down all day. And it's strange, isn't it? Because like Mario Kart goes down all the time, but it's the 3rd installation of that attraction. Like, you get it with Potter, it's a brand new attraction, like they've never done before, but Donkey Kong and things like that is so strange. But then maybe Donkey Kong was up and down because they were feeling left out because it didn't have stairs, so they have to up and down. Is that worth it? Was that a pity laugh?
The one ride without stairs.
Yeah,
and
so
like,
we need to go up and down
this.
to make people feel like it's got stairs, but it hasn't. Yeah, I know, that was terrible. Womp, womp, womp. Sorry that. Tiani, please pick us up from Jack's down, please. Tiani, you're good, please.
Stardust Racers. It is definitely it contends with Velocicoaster and Hagrid's because it is really a fun coaster. and very smooth, very nice. That's why I feel like it's a little bit better than Velocicoaster, because I don't feel like my brain is scrambled at the end of it. But yeah, Stardust Racers, I'm glad I rode it. I was very intimidated by it, so I almost did not. But I was like, you know what? 10-minute wait, let's do it. And for some reason, that coaster always had a short wait when we were there. Nobody wanted to get on it. I don't know why.
Because it's scary.
Well, I was going to ask a question, and I probably shouldn't, but was this after or before the incident?
Before.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was actually kind of nervous that they wouldn't reopen it because of that. But I mean, I don't want to be insensitive about anything.
No.
That was my favorite ride out of the entire park.
It is awesome.
And to hear that it was in trouble, I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Of course. So, yeah.
For anyone who's an old school Universal fan as well, it just harkens back to getting a bit of Dueling Dragons back in the park. It is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then the Flux capacitor shout out. I mean, come on.
Yes.
Did you get to ride it at night, Tiani?
Yes, I did. Yeah, that was a requirement for me after I realized I loved it. I was like, we have to see this while this park is lit up beautifully at night. You have to. Yeah. It's
awesome. I know you mentioned it there about the discussion between how intense Stardust is compared to Velocicoaster. I think Stardust Races is far less intense than Velocicoaster, but a lot of people seem to think that it's more. Opinions, guys?
I think you feel the intensity with this coaster in like maybe the G-force of it all. Like you feel like you've left your body behind you. The Velocicoaster is more like you're twisting and turning and it's really fast and it throws you over a drop and you're like, oh my God. And then your brain is left behind you because you've just been turned and thrown upside down so many times. So, like, it's like, I feel like for me, Velocicoaster makes me a little bit more, like, I'll have a headache.
Really?
I'll feel a little nauseous. Yeah. Well, in Velocicoaster's defense, I was probably not super hydrated and went on a whole bunch of rides back to back.
Yeah.
That was the final. That was
that water, girl.
That'll do it. That was my first ride on Hagrid's, getting off and Michelle turning around, sat in front of me, like waiting to see my face beaming with happiness, and I was like, I'm going to throw up. But to be fair, I'd just flown across the Atlantic and went straight to Voodoo Donut after getting to the hotel. So I'd been up about 24 hours at that point, hadn't really eaten or drank, and then rode the back-to-back of Forbidden Journey and Hagrid's. Just kind of, it did its thing.
Oh, gosh.
Exactly what happened.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Journey can mess you up.
Yeah, I told you that. I woke up with a headache. It never left me. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get on Hagrid's, then Forbidden Journey, and then Velocicoaster.
No. Wow. No, that is a trio. That is a 1, 2, 3 punch that is destined to kill anybody.
It was bad. I'll never do it again.
Wow.
Never.
Trisha? I have not ridden it either. I actually have a heart condition, so I'm very careful about what I go on. Okay. But I live with 2 thrill seekers, and they preferred Velocicoaster and rode it at least 3 times back to back. I lost count, and I started shopping. So
there's always a silver lining of not riding coasters, isn't there?
Maybe not to my wallet.
No, but that's true. Yeah, fair, especially at Universal. Tiani, you're bad.
My bad is that there was no hot butter beer in Ministry of Magic when I went.
Yes, so because it did debut last week. They heard you calling. They heard your guest survey response, and were like, "Guys, we need to get it in there. Tiani's never going to come back if we don't have hot butter beer."
Right. And I asked when I asked someone who was working in the land, they did say it as if it was in the works. So I knew that it was coming, and they probably got that question a million times because he was ready with an answer. So I'm happy it's there now.
I wonder if it will be. Like, because they didn't debut it there then, I wonder if it is going to be a seasonal thing there and keep it like year-round in the other 2, but keep it as a seasonal thing in Place Cachée. That would be interesting.
I don't know. People tend to like hot butter beer. Like, it's the elite of the butter beers.
Because it is.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's my favorite.
Oh, I'm in we're in good company. Trisha, please tell me hot butter beer is your favorite. No, it isn't.
I like Wizarding beer better.
Oh, that's fair.
I hate butterscotch. I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah, you're in Tracy's corner. That's fine. Tracy's answer to butterbeer hot frozen or regular is pumpkin juice, but then they don't even do the pumpkin juice they used to do anymore. So she'd probably agree with you and have a dragon scale instead. Tiani, you're ugly.
My ugly, but I do have confidence that they will fix this. Darkmoor could be more immersive. The theming is amazing. I know they do have some roaming characters, but they're few and far between, not consistent. I saw Igor for like a second, but he was walking away. And I did not see the Invisible Man, which is no pun intended. But he wasn't there. And I went multiple times into that land at night, during the day, twice. Like there was no one in there. And I just feel like they're missing an opportunity to make this a year-round Horror Nights type scare zone.
Yeah.
And that's what I was looking forward to when I heard that this land was coming.
Especially because you look at what Galaxy's Edge was supposed to be, and Disney kind of promised a lot of that stuff in there. And Universal, like if you go into Burke's full of characters.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Super Nintendo, not so much because you can't really do it. Place Cachée is we had the best interaction with the French Aura when we were there in October. It was, quite honestly, probably the best character interaction I've ever had at Universal. But you're right, it's supposed to be an actual village, and it should feel like a village. But those characters are very, very few and far between. Because like the violinists, they're awesome, but if you just don't happen to catch them, you won't see them, obviously. That makes sense. And then the hounds in the Burning Blade, they are amazing, but don't always come in. So yeah, I completely agree with that one.
Yeah, I mean, there should be just, like you said, just villagers just walking around like another day in Darkmoor, like vampire hunters, anything. There's just not enough going on in there.
It's like I always wanted there to be just random witches and wizards wandering around Hogsmeade, because it's supposed to be the only wizarding village in the country, and yet there's no one there.
Yep.
Yeah, they could do better with that.
I wonder if it's a hiring actors gotta pay money thing.
I mean, you look at what happened to Celestial Park with a lot of their sort of entertainment and stuff getting canned, maybe.
Yeah.
Which was sad, because I feel like that needs it like Port of Entry with losing a lot of their sort of characters as well. It's kind of sad.
I miss characters all around.
Yeah.
That would made the parks for me, especially old school Universal.
Yeah, you think it's like you remember the rides and attractions, but it's those interactions with not just characters, just team members and people at the parks, that the things that you remember.
Yep.
We had the best interaction with the wand maker. She like explained like what characteristics a wizard should have for like each of the wands, and it literally felt like my daughter was in that movie. Awesome. And this woman was like showing her which, like, having her hone in on which wand was best for her. And then when we were going around and doing the wand tricks and stuff like that, like my daughter, she's almost 12, but she was like a 7-year-old. She's totally immersed in it. It was just like, it brought so much joy to my heart. And I'm so sad that we don't have more of that.
Yes. And I think a lot of that comes down to people, sadly. As we said, look at what happened with Art the Clown at Horror Nights this year. We see it every year with Horror Nights. There's usually some character, or even, what was the name of the elf that was getting stalked all over the place?
Tally the elf.
Tally.
Look at that. It's crazy.
Over in Disneyland, the poor Wicked, the queen, she's gone now.
It's people. Wow. Like you said it before, Jack, this is why we can't have nice things. Because of people.
Behave yourselves. Gosh, act like you go out of your house once in a while.
Or just don't and stay in your house. We'd much more appreciate that.
If you don't know how to act, stay home. We want characters.
Exactly. Finally, Trisha, we can move on to you now. Trisha, you're good, please.
I had to say Hooligan's Grog and Gruel, especially the cone meals or whatever. Yes. I love those. When I was a kid, there was this Italian deli in my hometown, and they made something called a cone witch, and it was these. And I haven't had one in 30 years, so going in there and seeing that, I almost cried over freaking macaroni.
This is why we love Trisha.
They are amazing. But the new one that came out, was it last week or the week before? Tracy is in South Korea. I woke up to a message. There's a new cone in Burke. Someone needs to go and try it now.
I will go and try it. Isn't it a Thanksgiving one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Holiday one.
They are so good.
I hope they keep it through Christmas.
They're a really good value. I think the thing is as well with theme parks, they're really filling. They're not small, and they are reasonably priced, I think, for what you get as well.
Yeah.
Trisha, you're bad, please.
I would have to say the design of Super Nintendo World. I know we'd mentioned the stairs, but I'm taking it in a different direction. Okay. And that is, it is a noise and people funnel.
Yes.
That's
if
true.
you don't like crowds, if you have like claustrophobia, if you have like really sensitive family members to like noise, it is the worst place to be like midday on. We went in there and it was like shoulder to shoulder, and the rest of the park was like empty compared to that. Everyone was there, and we didn't ride anything because we were so uncomfortable with the amount of people and the noise that we just left the area after about a half an hour of trying to maneuver and kind of gave up on that land. So I would say if you want to go there and you don't like the crowds, get there early and get out early.
Yes, that's what we did.
It's true.
It was our first stop.
It's kind of like the Hogsmeade of Epic Universe.
Yeah.
It's like you go to Islands of Adventure and the park will be relatively busy, but you walk into Hogsmeade and it's rammed. And Super Nintendo World feels like that. And I feel sorry for anyone who has anyone in their family or party who is neurodivergent walking into that land, because there's someone that, I mean, isn't diagnosed with any sort of neurodivergency, but that doesn't mean I don't have it. I find it overwhelming.
Yeah, we went the last weekend of Halloween Horror Nights. The park was empty, but not Hogsmeade. It was shoulder to shoulder.
Always.
Yeah, but Super, like you say, you walk in and it's relatively quiet up the escalator into just visual and audio overload completely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yes, I get that. Right, and finally, you're ugly, Trisha.
Okay, so this brought out the ugly, not in me, but in people. And that's Frosty Moon. Okay, they have some really great ice cream flavors, and like you can put stuff on it, and they're gorgeous when they hand them to you, but they don't do mobile order. I'm hoping they have hired more people for that space, because it took us 30 minutes to get 2 ice cream cones. Like once we ordered, it took 30 minutes.
Oh no!
Wow!
They like blend them together or whatever, and then people were getting irritated waiting. One woman ordered, they give you like huge chunks of like cheesecake and stuff that they'll put on the top. And this woman has this huge ice cream with like 3 giant pieces of cheesecake, like a full slice of cheesecake. Essentially, one piece falls on the ground, and she like cuts in front of all these people who are still waiting to order and demands that she gets more cheesecake. And I'm like, please just leave.
You dropped it. They didn't make you drop it.
So that needs to be a quick service that has mobile ordering function and only mobile order, so that you're not waiting around 45 minutes for an ice cream cone, though delicious.
And get that woman a bowl, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, the line was pretty long. That was like the only like eating establishment that had a super long line at Epic when I was there.
Interesting. And we've never even been to it. And I'll be honest, I couldn't even tell you where it is.
It's near the water fountains. Like if you're looking at Helios, it's off to the left.
Okay.
And we went and grabbed ice cream finally, and then we were sitting down on the stone steps, and I didn't even know that there was a nighttime water show. So we're just eating our ice cream and the water show started, and we're like, well, this is pretty awesome. So like if you can like time that, that's great, but give yourself like a solid 30 minutes beforehand, because it's going to take that long to get your ice cream. Interesting.
Wow. Yeah. It's funny because the mobile ordering is an interesting one. I've had people tell me they don't like it. I had a friend of mine said it was it wasn't for this show, but they were kind of doing their good, bad, and ugly, and they said their bad was the mobile ordering. Every meal they had took them half an hour plus talking to multiple team members to get things sorted. And I must admit, I love the mobile ordering at Universal. I think it is a game changer, but then I don't have any sort of dietary restrictions, and I know from talking to the girls over at Taste, if you have any sort of requirement or preference, dealing with mobile ordering at that point can be a bit awkward.
How do you feel about them making you press the button that you're there? That kind of annoys me a little bit.
I'm here.
I want it to be ready when I walk up. Like, I don't want to get there and be like, all right, I'm here. Like
then you gotta wait 10 more minutes for
it. I don't like that. That defeats the purpose of picking up food.
I agree, because we ordered Pizza Moon, and so you have to be in the vicinity of the restaurant to be able to order it first off. Mm-hmm. And then you can't just like, oh, I'm going to be there in 5 minutes. I'm going to click now. I'm here now. So it's ready. You have to be there. So yeah, it does completely, because especially something like that, you're going to take it out. That was the point. We kind of did what you would, Trisha. We went to Pizza Moon and then we were going to go and watch the water fountain. But Alexa ended up missing it because she had to stay there and wait for our order.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't love it either. I love the option of ordering ahead, but at the same time, you're still waiting.
Yeah.
It's like 15 minutes for it to be actually ready.
I kind of like it in the sit down, like Minions, places like that, where you're not having to stand and queue. You can just sit at your table and you can look through the menu in your own time and then order what you want. You don't have to talk to people. I do like that sometimes.
Yeah, that aspect of it makes sense. But yeah, taking out, no, does not make sense.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
Of course. We had a blast.
No problem.
Awesome. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to clear you out because I've got more people coming along. So unfortunately, can you go, please?
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. Okay. I see how it is.
Jack, mind the steps, by the way, on the way out. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was nice. I don't get to see those guys anywhere near enough.
UUOP is brought to you by the Producers Club. Join today and get bonus episodes, the chance to be a guest host, birthday shoutouts on air, be part of our awesome Facebook community, and more. Head over to uuop.supercast.com to subscribe. Shameless plug.
Wow, more here already?
Hey, Lee, can we be involved?
Yeah, the theme park duo can't be left out.
Sorry, guys, but you haven't been to Epic Universe yet, so you can't really comment on the good, bad, or ugly.
But we're part of the network, and you can't discriminate.
I'm not discriminating. You literally can't comment on those things at Epic, so sorry, guys, but it's a no.
Please don't leave us out.
We'll be good.
We promise.
Oh man, that was tough. I hate leaving people out, but if they haven't been to Epic, then they can't really comment. Right, who's next? Oh, awesome. It's Russia Fears Kenneth and his big dumb stuff co-host Kyle. Hey, gentlemen, come on in.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to see you guys. I'm very excited to talk to you two. You are two. Don't tell anyone else, but you're the two I've been most looking forward to talking to on this podcast.
Oh. Hopefully no one hears that.
Where can I put this casserole that we brought? Is that okay?
Yeah, just put it on the counter at the back. It's fine.
Okay.
I brought chips and dip.
Awesome.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you're not going to be here long, so I might just have to eat them on my own later, but that's fine. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So before we get into talking about your Epic Universe good, bad, and uglies, we need to know where you're coming from as far as your visits to Epic. So Kenneth first, then Kyle. How many visits have you made to Epic Universe so far?
I think most of my visits were during the preview period when team members were allowed to bring guests. So I've been 9 times, but only one since the park officially opened.
Okay.
And I've probably been about the same. I also went during the preview period, and then we've only been once after the preview period. So yeah, 9 or 10. I've been a lot before it even opened, but since it's opened, I'd say 10.
So how recent those one trips after opening? How recent are we talking? Like full on crazy mental Epic Universe, or like opening days Epic Universe?
No, this was on my birthday, which is at the end of September. So it was very, very recent.
Okay, recent enough that you've got a decent view of the park as it is now. Now the sweaty masses have descended on it.
It had a chance to settle a bit.
Yeah, and get a little ugly. But it did. We'll see if it did. It did not.
Right. Again, in alphabetical order. So, Kenneth, we're going you first. Your good first, please, sir.
The good to me of Epic is it's hard. It's hard because I think the things that are good about it are also kind of the downfall. It just depends on your outlook. But to me, it's the way that it invites you to just like go all in on being part of this world that you've entered. That it does better than any other park I think has ever done. You know, other parks have done it in bits and pieces, like, you know, Galaxy's Edge or other, like the previous Wizarding Worlds are very much like, hey, if you want to play a part and feel like you are in this, you are of this world, then you can do that here. And this Epic Universe, the entire park is built for that.
Who brought the dog, by the way?
The airline we took lets dogs be a carry-on.
All right,
so
well, that's
it was
fair.
Easy.
Yeah,
Okay.
chips and dip and a dog.
And a casserole.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The casserole was made out of ingredients he hates, so he wouldn't eat
good.
it on
That's
the
very
flight.
sensible. Yes. Yeah, I do. That is right. I've never considered Epic to be that way, but yes, it is very much. The word immersive was designed for this park entirely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So moving on to your bad, Kenneth.
The bad, to me, I think is, and I think it's more just a result of the park being so new. Obviously, like a day one park is not the ultimate version of that park. So I think it is kind of just the almost, maybe not short-sightedness, but the attraction lineup, as incredible as it is, I think you run into it when the weather gets bad. It just, if you're not here to be immersed and you're like a rides-centric person, I think the park can have a tendency to disappoint people. I think that's a problem with the people more than it is the park. But I think that like the ultimate park should cater to both of those kinds of people. You know what I mean? So I think maybe that would be my bad, is just the way that this park, depending on your outlook, could either be the most incredible experience you've ever had, or you'll walk away being, well, that wasn't that good. There weren't that many rides to do. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it will eventually reach a balance where it hits for both of those kinds of park guests.
Yeah, we talked about that a lot, that it is a park to be immersed in and kind of experience, where the vast majority of people who are going right now they're there for rides. They're used to going to like a Six Flags or a Cedar Point where it's just focused on the rides entirely. And like you said, if you go to Epic expecting that, just because the capacity of everything isn't probably what it will be, it shows you how many negative reviews we are seeing by people. And it kills me. It kills me when people come out and go, oh my God, it's terrible. And you're like, it really isn't. You just need to change your mindset a little bit. But yeah.
Every time I hear that, I'm like, what park did you go to? Like, that's crazy to say it was terrible. You're wrong. You're just wrong.
I have a friend from work who brought his mom the other day, and his mom said, I'm never stepping foot in those other parks again.
Yeah.
I think that's too much, but yeah.
But it's so, because people go just for the rides, and because the capacity isn't there for it right now, they come out disappointed. I'll be honest, because like you guys, we were there, very privileged position, got when there was barely anyone in it, to going in October when it was rammed and seeing the cracks in the paintwork, of sort of seeing it from those people who'd had the negative experiences, because you don't want to stand in an 80, 90, 100, 200 minute wait for something and then potentially for it to go down as well, which is happening a lot still.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, your ugly, sir.
The ugly, I think, is just a byproduct of the theme park era that we're in, but it's the upcharges of the experiences, like it started with the wands, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's the wands, the power-up bands, these like unbelievable experiences that I think make those areas, like, I think Super Nintendo World, without playing the power-up band mini key challenges, like, to me, that's the main event of Super Nintendo World, is those power-up band games.
Yeah.
And the fact that you must pay extra in order to experience those, or to fully enjoy that and do the Bowser Jr. Shadow Showdown. To me, that's a little bit of the ugly, I guess, is that this land was designed so awesome, but to really get the full experience, you've got to pay more.
I thought they let you do that.
Do they?
I think they do.
They'll let you play the games, but I don't think you can do the Shadow Showdown without the band.
I thought that you could. I'm not 100% sure.
Well, if that's the case, then there's no ugly. I love it.
I don't, but I understand what you're saying. It's like, I think a lot of the theme park experience is that upcharge. Now, when you look at like themed drinks and food and all the rest of it, so to fully experience a trip to a park like Epic Universe, it's going to cost you A, to get in, B, for your wand, your power-up band, plus all the food and stuff that you're going to consume when you're there, because you have to have everything there. It's not a cheap trip. So yes, I think your ugly is still valid.
The food, I wouldn't consider, because obviously, like, there's no park in the world where you're going to go in and you're going to be able to eat without paying for it. But I think, like, the park experiences, the entertainment and stuff, if you have to pay extra to really get into it, then that's where I'm like, oh, this should have been part of this park, you know, like included with admission. But, you know, it is what it is. And if they do let you bypass having the band to play the games, then that kind of nullifies that point a bit.
I just looked it up, and no, one person in your party has to have one
to go in the Bowser Jr.
Yes.
That's interesting. I wonder how people would feel if they raised the price of your entry ticket to kind of add in a power-up band, but then I suppose you'd have to add a wand in, and then your day tickets from like $160 up to like $290 to get in, and then someone's got this waste of plastic that they don't want. I guess, yeah.
And the ticket's got to come with a free monocane, so...
Yeah.
I like that, man. I like the monocane. You get at least, as long as you get it in the flask, that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah. And we like cocking up a monocane.
Oh, yeah. So we did cock it up on my birthday.
Nice.
You can add vodka or tequila.
I think I added tequila. Based on the bartender's recommendation, I was like, which one goes better with monocane? And she said tequila, 100%. I said, well, then cock it up.
Oh, that's interesting. So that's it's not like a sneak a bottle of rum in and put it in your butterbeer. That's an actual thing you can get.
Actually, that's true. It was 2 separate orders, and she was like, I'm not allowed to put it in, but whatever you do with it after you have it is up to you. Just don't let me see what you're doing.
Whatever science experiment you're up to.
Yeah. So as soon as I had it, I was like, don't look at me. Don't look at me. I'm hideous.
I will say the opinions of Russia Fear and Big Dumb Stuff do not necessarily reflect those of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast right now. I'm just going to distance myself there from that.
Sure.
Kyle, moving on to you, sir. You're good.
Well, I added a category above that called great, because I don't think... So I would put all of Dark Universe as my good, but it's not good. It's great. So that's... I have the best.
Dark Universe is like Frosted Flakes.
Yes. It's great. So all of Dark Universe is above all of this, but the good that I have is the attention to detail and the story, not just there, but throughout the entire park. So similar to Kenneth's, where there's just so many little details and so much story everywhere. Like everywhere you look, like there's something new you see every time. In the Oaken Star, like the little above the columns, there's little animals all around in those like marble columns, and little Easter eggs from all the movies of the Universal Monsters and Dark Universe. And even Harry Potter, there's so many rich little details that I love that they did.
Yeah, I wish there was a resource somewhere where all that story was there.
I know, yeah. Especially Dark Universe. Like, I want them to do some sort of show or like backstory, because there's this Battle of Darkmoor that you have to like ask the team members about, and all the people. But there's all these stories in Darkmoor that I want them to either do I wish they would have done a comic book like the merchandise. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, there's so many little things that I love in that park.
It's like there's a friend of mine who was a lighting technician for Ministry of Magic, and she told me about a lamppost, a lamp thing, I don't really know what you call it, and it's the Occamy with the light underneath it and the bug, and I couldn't find it for the life of me because we were looking for something that it wasn't. And the last time we were there, I messaged and went, look, can you tell me where this thing is? And she went, oh, it's down here above this, just underneath there. And I turned down, so it's just to the right of the entrance to the Battle of the Ministry. And I was at the main street, I turned left and instantly saw it. It's about 5 feet tall. And I looked at Tracy and went, how have we never seen that before? Because it's this huge thing, and we were looking for like a tiny little thing hanging off a lamppost. But it's we hung out quite a bit in Ministry of Magic last time we were there at like 10 o'clock at night when there was nobody there, and it just, even that park comes alive at night even more. It's so well lit. Just, it's awesome. It's gorgeous. I love the backstory, and they didn't need to do that. I love that they have gone to that level, even though you probably won't ever find out 90% of it.
Right. Yeah. To me, it's like Horror Nights, where like there's so much stuff in Horror Nights, like in each house and details in each house, and they took that and like exploded it into the park. And like my mom listened to the Horror Nights podcast that we did, and she was like, I don't remember 80% of what you're talking about. But I feel like normal guests that go to Epic, like you get one level of this is a theme park, but then if you stay in the park and keep looking at things and just staring into things, and then more details come out, then I think you get more story. And even if you talk to the team members, like they have story to tell.
Like Kenneth said, interacting with the characters and delving into, especially in Darkmoor.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Darkmoor and Celestial Park, I think,
Well, yeah, I feel like it's a park that's made for people like us specifically who want to play a character and be in this world and talk to characters. Like that's what we want to do anyway, and this park is built to cater to that kind of person.
Yeah.
And on the similar note, my friend Scott, who was like the executive show producer for the entire like Wizarding Ministry of Magic area, and I ran into him in the park one day.
I think I interviewed him.
Scott Verbal?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. He's a big Pangolin fan. That's actually how we met.
Awesome.
But I ran into him in Ministry one day, like in Le Goblet Noir. I ran into him and I was like, ooh, what's like your favorite little detail in this area that you like think people overlook that you want them to see? And he was giving us a little tour of the entire area for like 20 minutes after that, because there's so many little things. He was like, I can't pick just one.
Of just Goblet Noir or of...
No, the whole, all of Place Cachée.
Yeah. Awesome. Kyle, moving on to your bad.
All right, my bad is that the Ministry of Magic needs more to do. I think that adding something else there will pull the line from Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry with less people, because that's the only ride they have there. Yes, they have the show, and the show is amazing, but it needs one more thing, and hopefully we get that eventually. But yeah, that's my bad.
I think that's coming. It's a shame because that is the ride that probably 80% of people going to Epic want to ride, and I think the last time we were there, we didn't see it under 240 minutes, which is crazy. Like if you've paid $150 to $200 to go and you're spending half of your day in the line for that ride, I'd be pissed off.
Yeah, I agree. That's something needs to happen there.
I think it will.
Yeah, maybe we don't know. One day.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Apparently, places are already reporting it at the moment.
I don't know.
And then finally, your ugly.
All right, my ugly is that there is not enough entertainment in Celestial Park, and they need to bring the characters from that land into that area.
Yes.
Like, oh yeah.
Bring us Vincent Various. Bring us Maya the Explorer. Bring us Captain Cacao. I want all those characters walking around, like inviting. When they announced that, I pictured it like Port of Entry, Islands of Adventure, where you could walk in and like, this is a place where explorers are, and that's where they live. Yeah. And that is what that place is. Like, I want the Pizza Moon character. I want the Atlantic character guy. Welcoming
every store and restaurant should be like Toothsome.
Yes.
Where like the character is actually there and you can interact with them.
And not necessarily in the restaurant, but like outside the restaurant saying like, oh, hello, I'm Mr. Atlantic. Do you want to eat my lobster roll? Come on in.
The Blue Dragon. We should have the Blue Dragon as a character.
They keep talking. Yeah, we ate a Blue Dragon last time and they kept talking. Oh, this is the founder's favorite thing. I said, what's the tell us the lore.
Yeah, that's true. The person who kept bringing our food out kept mentioning characters and lore, and we're like, wait, what are you talking about? We want to know everything. Come back,
explain it. So if that character was outside and we're like, hi, what's your favorite dish?
Yeah,
then I would have loved that. So I think that would also bring that land more to life, and having something. I don't know if there's anything on that main stage, but I don't want like a cover band. I want some weird thing you can only see there.
Yeah. So like the equivalent of the band in Place Cachée, but specifically Celestial themed.
Yeah, like talking about what happens in Celestial Park and the stories that happen there.
Yeah, because like so obviously the sort of park open thing with the Kronos is quite special, but it's very, very short. And then even the fountain show on a night is it's cool and I love it, but it's kind of anticlimactic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are cool, but that's not even like, I just want more life.
Yeah.
I think having characters that live in that land, walking around, interacting with guests will bring that land more to life.
And it's funny, when we did the sort of grand opening event at the media event on the Wednesday night, they had a lot of the Celestians there, and it was cool because they were there. It's like you look at Port of Entry now, when they've taken away the pirates or they took out the mayor of Port of Entry and the explorers, that land loses so much, and Celestial Park would benefit from it. I mean, you've mentioned it there, Kyle. I'm actually genuinely surprised they don't have a Captain Cacao meet and greet character.
Yeah.
I think Captain Cacao should have his own dark ride, similar to like the Figment ride, but good.
Similar to like, I think it should be a little boat ride.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like a little Small World, like their version of Small World.
Just another nice family dark ride starring Captain Cacao.
And he's going through each portal, and they're cutesy monsters, and they're handing him like marshmallows or something.
Oh, they do like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory thing, but with Captain Cacao.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Them going because they explore the cosmos, looking for new candies and stuff.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
All the and they look like puppets. I think they should look like little puppets. It's not real.
All right, let's get to work.
Yep.
Right, as I said at the beginning, I'm going to throw a bit of a curveball in for this one for you two, just specifically because it is you two.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So I want you, on top of your good, bad, and uglies, I want you both to come up with a big, dumb thing from Epic Universe.
Oh, the whole thing.
That's tough. The whole, that is the biggest, dumbest place in the world.
Yeah. Every single thing in there will be an episode.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, okay, hold on. But if I'm trying to be a little bit more specific, a big dumb thing in Epic.
I mean, the Blue Dragon.
You know what I like is in Gobber's, in his forge, the fact that his dragon is animatronic and sleeping.
Yeah.
And just that to me is the biggest, dumbest thing where the first time I saw that, I was like, this is a whole animatronic that is just here so that people can see it. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't really do anything. It's just asleep. This is the best. This is so dumb. They spent so much money on this little piece of atmosphere that many people will not ever see because they don't look that closely.
Yeah.
They're just walking through to get to the ride or the restaurant. And the incredible thing is just sitting here. I love that.
Yeah, I agree. And then I can't find a specific in regards to that, they built a whole room in Ministry of Magic that no one can go in just to make it look bigger.
Oh, true.
That's pretty big and dumb. This big dumb room with a big dumb statue in it that no one can go and look at or touch, and just to show depth.
Yeah, so you can put screens in the back of all the memos flying around.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's true.
But I think number one to me, the biggest dumbest thing is the Chronos. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. The Chronos is awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you guys. I really enjoyed having you pair on. Again, I love your podcast right now. It is the podcast that I look forward to the most every week. It is hilarious.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having us.
Yes.
You're welcome.
You for so we flew all the way here and now are we being kicked out or can we just hang out in your backyard?
Yeah, can we go look at what's it called? They're building the British Universal.
Oh yeah, how far is that? Can we walk there from here?
No, it's about 5 hours away. You're a bit far away from this point. And it hasn't been built yet. You've got about
walking.
and 6 years before it gets built.
Yeah, but we want to look at the dirt.
Yeah, I want to see the dirt. We'll sprint there. It'll be fast.
Yeah, it'll be 6 hours.
Unfortunately, my house isn't that big, and I've got a lot more guests coming in, so I'm going to have to clear out, guys. I'm sorry, but don't be strangers.
Well, enjoy the chips and dip.
We got passports for this.
Yeah, we got passports for this.
Okay.
Steven Spielberg handed us passports for this.
Goodbye, Kenneth, Kyle.
All right, finally.
We'll bring our dog. We'll bring our little dog too.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, I absolutely love those guys. They are hilarious. That was so much fun. Right, anyway, I better get cleaned up before the next lot arrive.
I wish to go to Universal.
Right, off you go. We'll beat to the edge of the Forbidden Forest.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the port key at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin.
Ugh, no rest for the wicked. Ah, it's the lovely ladies from the Taste of Universal, Kayla, Kelly and Shelby. Come on in, girls, the kettle's on.
Hello.
Hi. Wow. Thanks for having us.
You are welcome. Sit down. Right, so we are going to go through in alphabetical order, but first I want to ask you all, just to clarify, so we know where you're coming from, how many times have you visited Epic Universe so far?
Kayla has only been twice.
Kayla's in the third person, okay?
You never know which person you're going to get with Kayla, by the way. So I, Kelly, have been 2 very full days and 1 half day.
Shelby, you live 10 minutes down the road.
No, it's longer than that.
20 minutes, all right. It's not...
I think at this point I've been 10
Jesus.
Wow.
10 times is a lot.
Yeah, it was mostly during preview.
Doesn't
because
matter.
The tickets were much cheaper and I had food stuff to do.
Carrot dogs to eat, constellations to ride.
Yep.
I did have the idea last night when I was thinking about this that we should all have little whiteboards and we should write down what we think the person's about to say and hold it up to the camera before they say it.
Oh my God. That would have been funny.
Like the Newlywed Game in some way, shape, and form.
Right. We've been discussing this before you guys turned up, that this has caused a bit of consternation between the three of you. So I am very interested to see what you have. And I know you're all feeling, Shelby, very sad about having to be negative on something that you adore. And I get it. I am the same as well. But that's why we're here, because let's be honest, it's not the park it probably should be right now. But it will get there, so a definite so. Kayla, give me your good, bad, and ugly, please.
All right. The good is tough because there's a lot of good. But I settled on, and this is not because of the podcast that we are, but I settled on Food and Drink. They have phenomenal, cool, gluten-free food options as well as, other options. But for me to have pretty special gluten-free stuff is amazing, especially at a theme park. And then the thing that hit me, I've been thinking about my birthday, and which is in April. It's not close. I think about birthdays for a long time in advance. And, a perfect birthday would be Epic Universe and doing rides and stuff, but mostly food and drink and mostly drinks. I have become picky on drinks, and I dream about the drinks that I've had at Epic Universe. And it hit me that I feel like Disney started food getting better and more unique.
Yes.
And then Universal, I think, took it a different route and has gotten more unique with some really cool themed stuff. But I thought the drinks kind of stayed stagnant and stayed very sweet and not very good. And Epic Universe has changed the game to, if I could just apparate anywhere for my birthday, including like fancy bars in LA or anywhere that I've been, if I had to pick my favorite drinks, it would be at Epic Universe. And that blows my mind that a theme park has my favorite beverages. So food and drink is my good.
Okay, I like that one.
Yeah. Bad is I can give Universal grace for, I settled on a year, that the big stuff, the big rides, breaking down, I wish it didn't happen. We all wish it didn't happen, but I expected it. I think that was a bit of the expectation. Where I was disappointed, my second trip in September, were the small things that are breaking, the wooden things in Burke that's you spin and they do different stuff. Most of them were broken. The time turner, I think, is down right now.
They've removed it, as of recording this. Yeah, the Burning Blades. Yeah, the Burning Blade Tavern.
Yeah, some of the buttons on our Yoshi ride were not working too.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of the games I heard in Mario are down, which then I was, to be too positive, I'm like, well, that is the human touched stuff. But I think they should have a handle of that. And that's the things that I think could save if they had that stuff working, that at least it's something to do if some of the big stuff is down.
Yeah, there's a lot of cosmetic stuff like that we noticed even during the media event. There was things like, specifically, you'll know this, Shelby, from Constellation Carousel, scuff marks and paint being peeled off before the park even officially grand opened, and it looks bad, and it's people. I hate people. Guess theme park people are the worst.
Shh, don't talk about my ugly in advance.
So, I don't know. I was like, I think my ugly is cheating, and now I'm curious if Shelby is cheating a little. My ugly is the ugliness online of, in my opinion, people having insane expectations and lack of planning. We went in September, so my first time, I will consider moot. I cannot use it in an argument that it was opening day, it was very low attendance, and so it was basically walk on everything.
Kaylee, yes, you can. I went to 2 media events, and I'm damn sure I'm using them as the barometer of my trips to Universal Orlando and Epic Universe.
Well, then you're forever setting yourself up to be disappointed.
Exactly.
So.
I know that. There was 500 people in that park on those days, and I still feel like I'm kicking myself that I didn't do more.
Yeah. But our second trip was September during HHN, and there was people, but we planned, and we planned. We did, like, when I go through, we did almost everything. We didn't do the How to Train Your Dragon show. Is that it?
Our group split up a couple times. So it was like some people did ministry, some people did a night ride on this, but really we did, and we were flexible. We were like, if we go over here and it says something different than what the app said, or if we're on our way here and someone has an idea, just like having that flexibility in thinking really made our trip fine, even though it was not a like check all the boxes, do all the things kind of trip.
I feel like my argument is, and Lee, you said it a million times, I think all of us here, all of us in the theme park community that love Epic is like, Epic is different. Epic is a park that has a lot more. It has walking characters you can meet. It has phenomenal food and drink. It has stuff to do all around, magic, the Mario bands, etc. There's so much to do that you don't have to go from ride to ride to ride to ride to ride. But even not doing that with just a little bit of planning to get there in the morning, go stay late at night, like those are your best times to get stuff. We did everything, and we had 2-hour-long lunch and dinner. Like, we took a long break, and we still got so much done. The only thing is like rain, which again, you can't do it. Universal can't do anything about rain.
Yeah, but they can build attractions that operate in the rain.
Yeah.
But I would argue that with islands, there is more to do at Epic when it's raining than there is to do at islands if it's storming. We're close.
Maybe.
So anyway, I think there's ugliness online, ugliness in some pretty insane reviews that I watch and listen, and I'm like, you did no research, which if you want to not be spoiled, you can do some research and still not be spoiled to prepare for your day. And I'm pretty tired of seeing the stuff, but I am happy that majority of comments are on my side of like, sorry, not sorry, you just did it wrong.
Oh yeah, they're the funny comments, is the comments on top of the posts of like, yeah, you need to get a grip of yourself, basically.
It's like that horrible experience I had on the Hogwarts Express with that lady yelling about how terrible her day was, and they were there for 4 hours in the middle of the day.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah.
I like your ugly is the best one. That really speaks to my heart. Kelly.
Do I really have to end on a poor note? I don't like this.
I know, Lee called me out for that, but Kelly had more of a problem with that than me.
It was absolutely me.
I know.
All right. My good is the entire world of Burke at night when the sun goes down.
Okay.
So that includes like night rides on Hiccups, the ambiance of the entire land, the fire going off in the statues, the light package in the water, the ability to look around and see Stardust in the background. I know that's not technically part of Burke, but the like feels that you get in Burke at night, it's quieter, so you can hear the music more. I've still seen the characters out and about at night. Yeah, just the entire, like it feels very naturally lit. Like even if some of the like quote unquote fire lanterns are real electric lanterns, it feels very naturally lit in that I feel like I'm in a Viking town at night.
It's interesting you say that about Stardust Races, because I was watching a video the other day and I'm not sure how I feel that you can see a lot of Stardust from Burke. I kind of like it, but I also don't like it.
And that too will change. 15 years from now, a lot of those trees will be tall enough to cover some things. But like, if I was in a Viking town and there was no light pollution, maybe I'd be seeing comets and shooting stars and things flying by. So that's my really silly counter argument to that. But you guys know how much I love Burke in general. It's got so many of my favorite things.
I think it helps with it being the most complete world at Epic as well.
Yep, for sure.
Come on, put your big boy pants on and give me your bad and your ugly.
My bad is just the general overwhelmingness of Super Nintendo World. That there is nowhere to escape visual stimulation, auditory stimulation. It's very compact. It's very busy. And I think it could have been like even in Donkey Kong Country where you have the more, oh my gosh, I can't keep saying natural elements.
Well, because none of them are.
Yeah, well, but you're in a jungle back there. You're not in a like 8-bit castle world back in Donkey Kong Country.
Okay,
the music is really loud. There's all the drums. Like there's just nowhere. Everything's busy. Everything's bright. That's cool. That's fun. And I get why this is some people's world, but it is some people's favorite world. It might be someone's whole world. I don't know. But it is not my favorite world by any stretch of the imagination. And it's really hard for me to spend a long time in there without getting overwhelmed or not feeling great.
As someone that doesn't have any, well, I can't say I don't have any sort of neurodivergence, who the hell's knows, but as someone that doesn't feel like I am hindered by any sort of neurodivergence in that way, even I find it overstimulating at times. So I can't even imagine what some people walk into that and just melt down on the floor.
Yeah, I had the conversation with my best friend Jessica the other day. We were talking about it, and I was like, I'm like mild spice when it comes to neurodivergent, just like a little bit off. But when I get into Super Nintendo world, I go up to like medium spicy level, just because there's nowhere to get away from it. Whereas thinking of lots of other theme parks, there is a quiet cafe or a drink stand or like this bench that's up on against the water. Like you're really, really far away from the central lagoons and pools in Epic. Like there's no escape. Like the cues are really overstimulating, or you're like on Yoshi and you're baking in the sun. So then you've got like tactile overstimulation and you're still hearing everything that's happening below you too. So just my bad is the lack of escape in Super Nintendo world.
Okay, that's fair.
And my ugly, it's like the whole parking lot and parking situation and driving in or taking the bus, just by having that elevated loop around, you can see so much of the back of the park. There's no version of like the Disneyland berm. And I understand with like construction area, like I understand that that could be coming later down the line. And B, like if they're gonna cut something, then cut something like that of like, I can see the back of the Harry Potter attraction on the road while I'm paying for parking, like that sort of thing. But you just don't see a lot of that. And I think being so spoiled with studios and islands, like you have to come in through City Walk. So you're seeing this very curated viewpoint where you are not seeing the inner workings of attractions. You're not seeing the wastewater treatment thing blowing steam. You're not seeing all of that. Just the parking lot has nothing to it. It is a vast flat wasteland, which is the definition of a parking lot. But again, wanting eventually leaving room for trees and things like that to grow. Yes, that will happen. But I wish they had done a little bit more to like hide or theme some of the bones and nitty gritty of everything that you can see because no matter how you get to Epic Universe, unless you're walking in from Helios, like that is the only curated view that you have available to you. Because whether you're parking or coming by bus or walking over from Stella, that one.
Nova.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. You're walking in and looking at what the team members would see behind the scenes.
It's weird, isn't it? I felt that when we first came in, that it's like even getting the buses from Dockside and Surfside and coming or like up Universal Boulevard, you still kind of see the parks, not from the inner workings. You see the park and it gets you excited. Whereas driving up to, not that we've driven, but like on the resort buses, there is no spectacular view of Epic. The spectacular view is walking up to the Kronos. Any point of that, it's like it's in a box. It's kind of weird. And I understand because they want to keep the immersion is being inside the park, not the view of outside the park. But that's a really good ugly. I like that a lot, actually, because it's something, as I say, we noticed a lot, but haven't actually voiced, because it is a very strange park in that respect.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that. I feel like it's like such a theme park nerd answer.
It's true though.
I love it. You guys know I come at it from that angle too, having worked at Disney. Like I have all of this entrenched in my brain of, the whole reason why the parking lot is so far away from Magic Kingdom is that Walt wanted everybody to be so separate because he wanted it to feel like a true escape. And yeah, it's a little like womp womp. Like as soon as you turn the corner, you go through that gate and you see the Kronos ahead of you. I forget about all of that.
Yeah.
But when I'm driving in and I'm stuck in traffic and I'm like, there's the fire hydrant and there's garbage trash compactor, not fire hydrant. I don't know why I said that.
No, but there probably is a fire hydrant exposed.
You get to see the back. You can see the back of the big sort of tiki statue thing at Donkey Kong. You're like, oh, I know where I am. There's no spectacular view of Epic outside of that, looking directly into the entrance of the park. Yeah.
And that has to happen height-wise in one way, shape, or form, no matter what direction you're coming from at any theme park. But when I was thinking about something ugly in Epic, the only thing I could think of was the parking lot, and that led me to the whole the way that you come in.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah,
cool. Right, Shelby's good is Constellation Carousel. Shelby's bad is the people on Constellation Carousel, and her ugly is the scratch marks caused by people on Constellation Carousel.
Ding ding ding.
Shelby, you're good, bad, and ugly, please. It should be though. That would be funny if she went right. My good is Constellation Carousel.
Well, I can leave now, right?
No, of course
summarized
not.
Everything for me. Bye. No, but my good is Celestial Park. I think they've done an amazing job in the worlds, and I do feel immersed when I go in them, but I also feel like I'm still in a theme park. Celestial Park feels different. It does feel like a park as intended. I just think I wish that the creative team could get their creative juices flowing a little bit more for things like that. I know Universal depends heavily on IPs to bring people in, and I understand that, but there's something special within those people's brains that brought Celestial Park to life. It's like, I know Lee and Tracy, you got, and I think we all love Port of Entry and Islands of Adventure. And I feel like Celestial Park is the continuation of that.
Absolutely.
It's just, Port of Entry feels different. And I feel like people kind of walk through both of these spaces and don't even look around. They don't look around and be like, oh, there's all these special details everywhere. Everywhere you look, the lighting, the sounds. If you just sit in Celestial Park's a little different, but if you sit in Port of Entry, you can hear all kinds of audio and just things happening all over the place. You would never notice it if I'm just walking through here to get to the Hulk or Hagrid's or whatever. And I feel like Celestial Park's the same thing. People just walk through it because they're going to another land. And I wish people appreciated it more because I think it's a really, truly amazing place. I feel like I can escape there personally. There's not a lot of places in the world that, unfortunately, right now that you can escape from things, especially in your brain. And just, sitting in front of the fountain for a little bit and just listening to the water and getting a little mist on you when, the wind blows and things like that. I think that land's amazing. I wish it had more rides. I think they could have done a little bit more, but I think Celestial Park's amazing in itself. It is a creative feat.
It is. It kind of takes me what I was going to say when we were talking before about people sort of how they deal with Epic and getting and complaining and stuff, but it's because a lot of people have described Epic Universe as the Epcot of Universal, and look how long it took people to kind of come round to what Epcot was, and maybe it's going to be the same. That learning curve for Epic's going to be a lot steeper because people, especially a lot of people that will have gone to Epic this year, aren't necessarily a Universal or Disney people that are used to theme parks.
Yes.
The people going who are used to amusement parks, where it is just about the rides, and then go to somewhere like that and try and treat them the same, and it's not meant to be treated the same.
And I'm sure that's probably a lot of the complaints people are saying online. They're not treating it the same. This is a park where you can grab a drink and a snack and walk around and look at things. There's so much to look at in all of the lands. And it's just, I think some people don't have the same appreciation as people who go to theme parks all the time.
Yeah, it's true.
If they're going to an adventure park.
But then that helps. Going to theme parks all the time helps because it takes the pressure off. And I think it
absolutely does. That's a privilege.
Yeah, it is. And it's a lot of the issue of people paying these exorbitant prices to go for one day at Epic, because if you're only going for one day, you feel the need to try and do everything.
Yeah. And that's very fair. Like that's,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't get to go very often. I'm not in a place in life where it is not a financial sacrifice for me to love theme parks. Like it is, I budget for this being one of the things that I love every year. It's not a drop of a hat. Like, ooh, I'm free next week, and all of a sudden, let me fly down and buy a $200 day pass to Epic. Like these are things that I consider. And yeah, like living in the age that we live in, not going into anything completely blind. It's like maybe that's also like my anxiety, and like I research things before I go to them just because that's who I am as a person. But I feel like we have so much information at our fingertips too, that it's easy. And I think Universal's recognizing it too, because we get those emails now that says like, know before you go, like your Epic Universe trip is coming up for every single day that I've ever reserved. It's like here's some tips to set you up for success, like coming directly from Universal. And they say things like, come early, stay late, see a show in the middle of the day, take a lunch break, those sorts of things.
Shelby, move on to the negative.
All right, to the bad?
Yes.
Okay. It's really disappointing that they designed this theme park like it's not in Florida. It is.
I knew that would be on someone's.
She's not the only person to have that as their bad.
Yeah, I knew this would be somewhere.
I don't understand. It's not even just the rides. Like the fact that the rides go down. It's the fact that there's no shade anywhere. And if I hear, I'm sorry, one more thing about the trees growing in, because these trees are not going to grow like they're 100-year-old redwood trees that cover everything. Like the trees are not going to do it. Like they'll help, but they're not going to do it. Like there needs to be more umbrellas and more, I don't know, more little like, I don't know, seating areas, especially in Celestial Park or in Super Nintendo. You guys are talking about Donkey Kong. There's nowhere to sit in there. There's like one bench and it's not covered. Like how dare they? Like how dare you not provide shade? And like, it's totally different. I do appreciate how Epic is laid out, but in the other parks, you have little shops that you can duck into every 10 feet, or like you're walking past the Hogwarts Express and the AC is blasting you. You get like some reprieve while you're walking around studios and islands, and there's no reprieve at Epic.
No.
Whatsoever. Like it's crazy to me.
If you're in Celestial Park and it starts raining, you're pretty much done.
You're done unless you're near something.
Yes.
And it's probably not an umbrella.
No.
There's like 5 umbrellas and they're all around, like they're on those benches around the fountain. Where's the cover?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's true. Like we've talked about it on the Universal Great Britain podcast of like, you know, they're going to have to build a park that's going to be very different because the weather is not the same in Florida. And it's like, but they've built parks in Japan and they've built parks in Beijing that have very different weather conditions. So we have all confidence that Universal will build a park that will be tailored to the British weather, and then you look at Epic Universe and go, maybe not.
They're not going to do that. That's crazy. Yeah, there's no account taken for the heat, the sun, anything. And this is coming from a person, like I get sick in the heat if I'm in it too long. So Epic is hard for me. As many times as I have been, it's really difficult on my body. Plus, you know, you have to stay there for all 12 hours to get because you can't go very often. You have to spend the whole day there. And like most of the day, it's hot and sunny. 95% of the time in Florida. We won't count this week as anything. But I don't understand that logic. And then the fact that Super Nintendo feels like you're in a hot bowl of soup when it's sunny. Why aren't there fans everywhere? At least like you have that in islands and studios.
Yeah, that's
there's
interesting.
Fans.
There isn't a lot of those.
No, there's like misting
around.
Fans all over the other parks, and they didn't even bother. Like it was like we ran out of money. I don't know. Like why aren't these things taken into account?
That is an interesting.
It should be a priority.
Yeah,
because I feel like people pass out in the summer at the other parks. It's got to happen more at Epic, I would think, with no shade and no fans, and I don't know.
And finally, your ugly, Shelby.
I gotta do my ugly. Okay, well, I'm gonna call out regular theme park guests.
Yes.
I'm not talking about theme park people like us. I'm talking about your casual guests, as we were talking, kind of skirting around that before. People who don't appreciate what's there, and people who come into the park and actively destroy it. Because I've seen people peeling stickers and paint and scuffing their shoes on things, or leaning on a post or sitting on a rope or a chain that is not meant for sitting. I understand the lines are long. Sit on the ground.
Yep.
Sit on the ground, guys, because you're breaking stuff. And then you go on the internet and you're like, this park is so old. Like, you guys are making it, you're aging it. By going there, you're aging it. You're making the park look old. I have seen it with my own eyes. I see y'all sitting on the things, and then it breaks while you're sitting on, and you look surprised. And I'm like, why are you surprised that broke? It wasn't meant to be sat on. Sit on the ground.
It's been commented a lot that the post, especially we noticed it a lot in Hiccup's Wing Gliders in the queue
that's
there.
what I was gonna say.
Yep. I saw one that was broken the last time I was there.
So most of them are supposed to be solid into the ground, and 80% of them aren't, because people are leaning on them. And a lot of it's kids, but then, as Tracy will say, where are these parents?
Yep. Oh, here, let me tell you a story. We took our friends for the first time. They're not really theme park people, but they love rides. They love roller coasters and stuff. So we went with them. And we were at Frosty Moon trying to get ice cream. And the lines were long. It's a busy, not summer day, but it's a busy day. And there are these children. There was 2 to 3 of them of varying ages. One had to have been under the age of 10, stretching his shirt. You guys know the little green light posts that are around Frosty Moon? So he was taking his shirt and sitting, putting it over and pulling, and he almost fell on his face 15 times. No lie. He was just messing around. Then he was doing the other side and going forward. And we're like, where are these parents? There were no adults nearby to claim these children. They were just doing whatever. And they were young enough. They should not have been alone. And that is a huge problem. Wrangle your kids. I'm sorry. I know you're probably tired of dealing with them all day. It's a hot park. They're annoying you or whatever. But the kid almost face planted. That could have ended really badly. And then the parents would be like, well, we're going to sue Universal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it's your fault.
Yep.
You did not tell your child, don't do that. Same thing with sitting on the ropes or the chains. When you fall and break your butt, Universal's not liable. Or they shouldn't be, because you're the one that's screwing around. How the guests are the ugly part of Epic. That opening day was the best day because it was only people like us. It was not regular people.
It was amazing.
And everybody was chill. Yep. Everybody was chill when you ran into someone. But then and then they're saying that they're not at full capacity. Are you kidding me? They're gonna let even more people in there when the lines aren't manageable.
I think the capacity currently is set at 15,000. Apparently the capacity of that park is 50,000.
Well, then they better get a lot more rides and attractions and shows, because it cannot handle that. When people are already complaining about 4 or 5 hour lines for Ministry and for Mario Kart and
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong, they don't have it together to open it up to that many people.
To tack onto the people.
Yes, please go, Kayla.
Which I feel like everyone will agree, and potentially we can get on a soapbox, but just
the people that's what we're here for, right, Lee?
Apparently so.
The people attacking characters like Igor.
Oh
my guys, if we keep doing it, we're gonna lose it. And it's one of the most magical parts of Epic Universe. Yep. It was potentially going to be a bad that I really want to meet DK and I don't know when he comes out. But it's all I ultimately didn't say it because I think it's better that there are characters like ours, like Igor, that you just naturally run into like you would in your real life. And if we attack these people, if we are physically touching them, or if we're in their faces with phones trying to get clout on a TikTok, we're going to lose it. They're not going to be able to do it.
Yep.
So guys, stop being ugly.
Yeah, look at the clown at Horror Nights this year. That's exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was crazy.
So stop.
Cool. Well, it's been so nice to hang out, guys. We need to do this again, but next time we need to do food for sure. Look, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you guys to leave because I've still got plenty of people coming round, and this place definitely isn't big enough. So if you don't mind,
but it's raining.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
Lee, you sound just like Universal.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, that was nice. I love hanging out with them. Who's that? Theme park duos Nikki and Gabe.
Seriously, we've watched loads of vlogs and listened to all the podcasts. We could definitely give you our good, bad, and uglies of Epic Universe.
Guys, I've already told you, it's only for people who've actually been. So sorry, but it's still no.
See, I told you he wouldn't let us in. Sorry, Lee.
It's okay, Nikki. Look, as soon as you guys get to go, we'll have you on the podcast, I promise.
Thanks, Lee.
I guess we're pressing up flights.
Are you kidding me? The nerve of that, Gabe. One should have been enough. Anyway, what a busy day. It's time to kick off my podcasting shoes, put my feet up, and get ready for even more guests tomorrow. So thank you everyone for joining us for this special episode, and make sure to join us next week as we bring you the rest of the UUOP Network hosts' Epic Universe Good, Bad and Uglies. So we'll see you back here next week.
That's the end of another Stella episode of UUOP. Use the Flu Network to give you access to us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. And check out our blog at uuopodcast.com for everything else. Send your owls to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And if you want to join the Producers Club, jump down the warp pipe at uuop.supercast.com. It's alive on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else that podcasts are found. So please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you can. Dragons aren't the only way to get around. Email Michelle at portkeyvacations.com. She can take care of all aspects of your next Universal Orlando vacation. Listen to them, the children of the night, the children of the UUOP Network, Rush of Fear Halloween Horror Nights podcast, the theme park duo for all your West Coast news and info, the Taste of Universal, Universal Orlando Food Podcast, Port Key Passport, an adult-centric Disney podcast, the unofficial Universal Great Britain podcast, and Big Dumb Stuff, our comedy, pop culture, and themed entertainment podcast. Make sure to subscribe and come back next week, because in the end, it turns out all we needed was a little more of this.